Serbia nil, England won. Not gonna lie, first 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes. It's kind of inspiring. Saka on that right hand side. We also get on targeting him on that right hand side. Weren't really pushing it onto their left to Foden. I'm gonna get into all that, the Foden thing. It's mad. But it's quite inspiring. To be honest, I think we could have finished them off. We had two more good chances in that first half. Could have finished them off. Understandably, as time went on in the first half, England that kind of intensity, that kind of always having a ball going forward, that kind of slowed down. The halftime whistle came at the right time because Serbia decided they started to want to try and play a bit more confidence. I wasn't surprised going into the second half where it was a complete uninspiring performance from England. But shit happens. It happens. Serbia built confidence because they got some decent players. Let's get it real. And they started having confidence and they started playing. And to be honest, I know Kane hit the bar, but you got to say it. We got to say we got lucky. But there's still time to grow. Got the 3 points. Got the clean sheets. I'm gonna be too negative. Like I said, it's time to grow. But playing against some of them bigger boys, got to step up performances a bit better than that. And certain selections is questionable, or one particular one was questionable to me. Now, full Foden, I'm not calling Southgate a coward, but it's a bit cowardly. Obviously, he's going to put Bellingham in that 10 role. Me personally, I'd push Bellingham back because I think Foden, keeping him consistently for England in that 10 role, I believe him and Kane could link up. And if Kane starts pissing about and keeps coming back deep, I know he's good at it, but I don't know if he's doing his own thing most of the times, or do they tell him not to, or just leave him to it. Me personally, Kane's a banger. He needs to. I know he's desperate. He's desperate. He wants to get involved in play when things start getting quiet. But for me, he needs to stay up top and just stay there and just do his job and bang. There's times when we do get the ball, and then because he's so deep, he's either on the left somewhere or he's just deep and there's no one to pass into or do a long ball or cross into the box. Non-existent. So for me, Kane's got to stay up top. That's my opinion. But for me, I'll push Bellingham back. Besides Rice, I put Foden in that 10. And not being biased, but for me, Gordon's got that left-hand side at the moment on lock. Unless he's not fully fit or something, I don't know. He needs to start this match. And I knew Southgate wouldn't do it. And I see some of other people's opinions. Their starting lineup had Foden on that left. I thought that's wild. He doesn't necessarily bang for England anyway, in my opinion. But for me, I find it cowardly. Obviously, two great players, Bellingham and Foden. You don't want to leave one out. But if it's for the team, someone's got to get left out. And I'll be surprised, well, I shouldn't be surprised, if Foden starts again on the left-hand side. It's not been Foden's fault. You see he's frustrated, throwing arms in the air. It was dead. It was dead. Trent, see some people getting a bit gassed in playing in the middle. Southgate tried it out. That was brave. It was okay, but not as gassed as everyone thinks he should be to be in that role. I think certain times he gave the ball away. Certain times a bit of slackness. But that's to happen. He's kind of fresh in that role. It is what it is. But over gas for me for him to play in that role. But it's time to grow. But for the Foden thing on the left hand side, no time to grow. You can't start on the left. You can't. You just can't. And it's a tricky one for Southgate because Bellingham in that 10 role, he plays for that most of the season for Madrid, if I'm correct. And you know what? He got his goal and he was a maestro. He was a boss. I have to rate him. I have to rate him highly. He's young. This don't phase him. No pressure. Yeah, people suck him off way too much for me. But that's how it goes. That's the media. I just hope they got the same energy when things don't go well for him. But second half collectively, it was dead. They brought on Bowen, Gallagher, yeah. I don't understand why they brought on Gallagher, but you got man like Palmer and Eze. And it just shows me, especially the way the game went on in the second half, people can say Southgate is brave on who he started and not started and who he picked and not picked coming to the squad. But I get it. But to me, that means he was shook. To not bring on more attacking players that can try and bring the ball forward and try and get that second goal. For me, he was shook and he was more on like the defensive side of, I'm trying to keep this lead more than trying to go for another goal. And you know what? Southgate's damned if you do, and he's damned if he doesn't. So it's not an easy thing. We could all have our opinions, but it's not easy. But just from my opinion, the Trent thing, I don't know, man. Playing against some of the bigger boys, I don't know, but kind of got away with it. Got the 3 points. He's tried out certain things. It'll be interesting to see what he tries out or who he starts for the next game against Denmark. And if he keeps the same team, I'm kind of cool with that. Bar Foden. If Foden starts on that left hand side again against in the next game, for me, Southgate's moving cowardly, big time. That's Gordon's spot. He has to go on that left hand side. And I was quite surprised to not see Palmer and Eze, like I said, get a bit of minutes, but it just showed me Southgate wasn't confident. He got shook. Understandably, first game, but we got it over the line. We're convincing overall, but it's the first game, and there is time to grow, hopefully. Love to hear your thoughts. Definitely on the Foden thing and the Trent. Are you cool with Trent in the middle or not? You agree or disagree with me? You push Bellingham back. Could call it a bit wasteful, but at the same time, I don't want to waste any of those players, Foden or Bellingham. Bellingham can do a role in that middle, a bit more back with Rice. I believe he can do everything. And Foden has to be sitting in that 10. That's it. Period. Peace, man. On to the next.